Hi ladies and gentlemen, this is Game of Trades and this is going to be a technical analysis of crude oil WTI futures. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, helps me out a lot. Let's get right into it. This is a daily chart of crude oil. You can see we have had 3 consecutive red candles, so we are starting to find some selling pressure here at 66, the 66 level. Does this surprise me? It doesn't really surprise me considering this is a level that we've seen be a nice resistance level at the end of an extended rally back in 2018, in the beginning of 2018. You can see we rallied from the exact same support level right here, the same support level all the way to the same resistance level. Obviously, we did it in a shorter amount of time, which you know is even stronger evidence that we'll get a reversal. But we did it in the exact same way. So at exactly the same point, we are starting to reverse. So is this a actual reversal? Are we gonna plunge down 10, 15%? Or is this a buying opportunity? That's what I'm gonna try and figure out with you guys today. What do we see on the daily chart? We see a uptrend line here that I noted with 1, 2, 3, and now a fourth reaction of the trend line. Is this a reaction or is this a break of trend line? We'll find out Monday, but I think it may be a nice buying opportunity for you active traders. I think we had some nice divergence here on the RSI, which led to this nice pullback back to the uptrend line. This is obviously not the entire pullback that I wanted out of crude oil. I think there's more room for downside, but I think for now that's all we'll see. I think we're gonna bounce off this trend line and perhaps make an equal high. I don't see crude oil reversing just like that very quickly. I don't see this kind of V-shaped reversal. I see more of a slow reversal like this happen. I think that's what we're gonna see. We're gonna have another nice little thrust up, make some divergence on the RSI, maybe finally put some divergence on the MACD. That'd be nice to see, and then we'll be able to start to come closer, to the trend line. That's another thing that I wanted to see on the crude oil. I'm not seeing the price contraction close to the trend line that I usually see when I'm looking for a reversal. You can see we had this price contraction here. This was starting to look very nice. Price was coming closer and closer to the trend line here, and then we had this, two impulsive moves that led us very far from the trend line. So, now that we're closer to the trend line, we'll see some more selling pressure and perhaps a reversal back to any of these 3 levels, and perhaps lower, but we'll see when we get there. So on the RSI, that's on the daily chart, that's pretty much it. These are levels that I'd like to see reversal off of if we're gonna go long on crude oil. I think these are Fibonacci retracements level as well as actual support level. You can see these are nice support levels, and this is the 23 retracement level, 38 and 50. They all intersect with good actual price levels. What is a Fibonacci retracement? It gives you more or less what a healthy correction, a healthy pullback would be after a nice rally like this, and that would be any of the two bottom lines, that would be a healthy pullback. The top line would be a nice pullback, but not the kind of pullback you want to see after a nice rally like this. And indeed, after a break of trend line, if we see an impulsive break of trend line, we'll move back at least to the 58 level before we see a buying opportunity. And what would that look like? Essentially, what I'd want to see on crude oil is a back test of the MACD back to the zero line. You can see, as I've said many times, the MACD is above the zero line in an uptrend. You can see that's the case, and below the zero line in a downtrend. But what's interesting about that is that the zero line actually acts as support and resistance. You can see this was support here after this correction. We back tested the zero line. Same thing here, we undercut it slightly, but every time we have a pullback, we come back to the zero line. And same thing the other way around. Here we had this was a period of, a downtrend for crude oil. And when you came back up, when you had a counter rally, the MACD back tested the zero line and reversed off of it. It does act as support and resistance. And that is what I'm looking for here. I think we'll start to make our way down to one of these three levels, back test the zero level, and if crude oil and the markets want to go up from there, we'll definitely start heading higher, and we'll have some nice buying opportunities. So that's pretty much it on the daily chart. I'm going to show you the hourly chart to see what's going on in detail. So we undercut the trend line slightly. That's not something I'm too worried about, but for those of you wanting to make a nice trade setup to the upside, you have some nice huge oversold levels on the hourly, as well as MACD starting to turn back up. I think we're due for a rally at least back to this 65.5 level here. I'm going to put the level here. So for you guys active trading or day trading, this is a nice level to watch. I'm going to show you on the daily chart. Right here, we're going to have at least a rally back to 65 in the days coming. I'd like to see a slow rally, a slow, not impulsive buy, but a slow increase in price back to this, small candles in the next few days, and then a nice big red candle that crosses this uptrend line. And from where we are to this upwards target, it would be 3%. So on UWT, that would be 9%. You can definitely make that a nice trade with a stop with a stop under the trend line. Obviously, that's the perfect kind of stop because you can adjust your stop loss as it goes up. But that's pretty much it. So in short term, I think we'll turn back up before we see more downside to one of these three levels, and then that's intermediate term. No matter what happens, we'll see a correction to one of these levels, and then my preferred scenario would be probably a reversal off of these, but definitely do not exclude the fact that we could definitely burn through these levels and then set us up for some extra divergence here on the daily chart with these two, extend this bullish divergence to then perhaps have some more opportunities to the upside. We'll see how that resolves itself, but for now, watch this trend line, watch if it breaks. If it does break, watch these levels, and if these break, then you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. That's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. And in the meantime, good luck and see you next time.